I don't know if you logged into your YouTube today. The changes
I'm always logged in, but what?
I know, but did you check to see the change about content for kids?
I've heard about that, but what are they saying now?
Okay, it's been talked about. Now, if you go on there,
Yeah.
it shows it and it tells you a little more about it. It already initiated the
Okay.
button only on the YouTube Studio beta. You can't do it on the Creative Studio Classic. It's on the new one. That you have to do one of three things. We'll take a second from the Disney Plus talks and the holiday festivities to talk about this because this is very important for Danny and I, for
Because
you
we got
guys
a lot of
watching, and
streamers
all.
in here too.
Yes, all streamers, everybody, YouTubers that do specifically theme park stuff. I'm talking to, which includes us. So it's mentioning that if there are kids, anything that pertains to kids. So, for example, any characters that already rules some things out with Disney. I just said the first thing, characters.
At Six Flags because we got Bugs Bunny.
I know. So they're saying pretty much anything that pertains to what kids would be into has to be. There's a thing in the advanced settings tab that says this content is made for kids. There's another button that says this content is not made for kids. I don't make content for kids. And the last one says per review, meaning those first two you can set your channel to those settings. So your whole channel can be set to one of those two things. I don't make content for kids, and the other one is I do make content for kids. The last one is what I will be doing is per review, meaning per video. If this one's for kids, I'm gonna go in myself and manually select that myself. I'm not gonna have my whole channel be, even though my whole channel kind of has to be that anyways. Why? Because they're saying our line of work, which is our theme park things, adults can't have fun at theme parks. That's what they're saying. No, that's what they're saying.
Why?
That's what they're saying, that we are supposed to take our kids to the parks and they have fun. They're not for adults. I think that's foolishness. Why? Because a big Giga coaster, for example, Fury 325.
A kid can't get on that.
You really think a 5-year-old's gonna hop on that thing by himself? So what are we doing here, YouTube? What are we doing here? That's not fair. Theme parks aren't for half of our subscribers, our viewers. Shout out to you all. We're older. We're over 13. We're over 13 at least. So they're saying,
is that what
the US
is it saying over 13? 13 and under?
I think 13 is considered adult. Like how they do PG-13, all that stuff with movies and stuff. So pretty much 12 and under is kids. So anything, so if I have a backdrop behind me, right? And I have my pop figures, those are toys.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't have the toys.
So anything in my house is, yeah.
So that's a new thing that they've already.
Here's Leia's ball, like, you know.
It's a ball which kids play with.
It's a toy.
You can't.
But it's a tennis ball.
It's a toy.
I know.
So,
well, what about what if I did a for the dog? What am I gonna? Kids like dogs, you know.
If you go to a park and a kid comes up and wants to pet that kid, you might have to edit that out.
That's ridiculous.
If the kid wants to pet Leia, you have to edit that out.
That's ridiculous.
And the thing that bothered me that
because
they
Leia wouldn't let no kid pet her anyway. So
the one thing, Jonathan, there's no in between, but they're not even sure how they're going to handle this. Is from what I've seen, and Pusa Studios talked about this beforehand. they're not even sure. YouTube's not even sure how they're going to handle this. What is really deemed kids content? Because they have the category YouTube Kids.
Yes.
But also, we do theme park content that a lot of kids like theme park content. So,
I mean,
but it's also
realistically, I keep my channel family friendly.
No, I know. That doesn't matter.
And
It doesn't matter.
yeah.
It doesn't matter because you're not a kid. And that's what they're saying is, so I have a YouTube channel with amazing production, and I do a Mr. Rogers type show. I'm the new Mr. Rogers. But I don't want to go through a network. I want to do my series through YouTube. That's a whole subcategory in its own to do kids type stuff. Or what about the toy unboxings and reviews? Those are massive on YouTube. There's kids doing those. They won't be able to do it anymore? I'm talking about channels, man, that have millions, 15, 20 million subs.
That's also, did you hear that basically they don't want you to eat on YouTube anymore either. So
why is that?
Yeah, because it promotes like binge eating and things like that. So I can't do this like. So
there's just a lot of things. There's a lot of changes in and like Jocelyn said, you can't monetize under. We were reviewing this before the stream.
Yeah.
There's a huge guideline that says if you live stream or if you make videos that is kids based, it said no monetization, no live chat, no super chats, no super stickers, no comments, Danny, you won't be able to comment on people's videos. Comments won't be allowed if it's a kid's YouTube channel, meaning theme parks or whatever. That's what they're saying. So what are we going to have to do?
Did they specifically mention theme parks though?
No, they didn't mention it, but I know specifically the Disney community is going to take a hit. Maybe not the other people like how we do other theme parks, but I really feel the Disney community will most likely take a hit. Think about it. That's which bothers me because again, for those that are going to watch the Imagineering thing with Walt Disney, Walt said that this was meant for everybody, the young and the young at heart. It's meant for everybody, and that doesn't just pertain to Disney. That goes for all theme parks. If you are 88 years old or if you are 8 years old, it's meant for everybody. Disney Digest, what is up? Let me ask you something really quick.
How's it going?
Did you watch anything on Disney Plus, and what do you like so far? Let me know. But welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here and supporting. Thank you.
Jocelyn's saying they did specifically mention theme parks.
Yeah, that deals with theme parks or characters. Yes, yeah. So a lot of people are going to be taking. I don't know what's going to happen, and also we are a nice big chunk of subculture in the YouTube realm. We really are.
Yeah.
Also, Danny, what about gaming? Yeah. Gaming's the number one media in the world. The number one. It's bigger than movies. It's bigger than music.
Pull up gaming, and well, here's my thing: is you pull up gaming, and you're gonna find is Fortnite, Call of Duty,
and
Grand Theft Auto,
yeah,
playing these games, kids playing these games that promote violence and that are rated M. Why are we coming down to
Fortnite's E for everyone,
but it's still violence, it's animated violence.
That's why that's why it blew up, because it's cartoony though. That's why it blew up, because it looks like a cartoon. And hey, Fantasmic Chronicles, welcome to the stream. Thank you
Hey,
for being here.
Fantasmic. But there's a lot of
Um,
other games just like that don't look realistic at all.
yeah, and believe it or not, the biggest game on YouTube is actually Minecraft. Still, it's still Minecraft.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
But
So
even that,
that's an interesting. Mhm.
even that, look, people go out there. Look at some of the maps that they make on Minecraft. They go and make a Hunger Games map. Really,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
And look who
So
maps. It's a bunch of kids
hey,
going in there playing. Oh,
it's a
Jason
whole
and this and that.
it's a whole gray area. It's a whole gray area. It They
Yeah.
need, like I said, they haven't even figured out how they're going to go about executing these new rules. So sorry guys for those that just came in. We were talking Disney Plus, which we'll continue to in a second, and we're going to talk about the
Mhm.
holidays around Disney with the festivities, but there was a little slither of room where we needed to talk about the new YouTube changes that affect us theme park streamers and YouTubers. And quite frankly, you guys, the wonderful people that make us who we are, the supporters. So there's a new rule coming that's already slithering into effect and also fully going to effect, I think, January 10th. January 10th. So
Okay.
that's what we're talking about right now. And it's crazy. Like, so how are people going to go around this? And also, Danny, the people live streaming from the
Yeah.
parks, you can't edit that.
Nope.
So what
You
are people
cannot
going to
at
be?
all.
Are people going to be to live stream? Are they going to be doing premieres, like full walkthroughs that are edited and then premiere it, and that's their live stream? Like, what do you do
I
now?
yeah.
So it's
Any
crazy
that's gonna be
that
any live stream. How do you edit any live stream? You know what I mean?
you can't. The only way you can is, oh, there's a kid there. Oh, put the camera down. Let's walk. Let's keep walking. Or a character. Oh, Mickey Mouse. Oh, nope. I can't do a meet and greet. Can't do a meet and greet with Mickey
So
Mouse.
so when we do theme park fit, if there's a kid on the screen, are we gonna get nailed on that? Even though it's not a live kid?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like we show a kiddie ride geared towards a kid.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
ridiculous.
So we will
That's
probably only,
ridiculous.
unless they're clear about this, or the rules aren't as tense as we're thinking, or as their guidelines themselves on the website say. Are right now they're not pro for us. It's not looking too good. But I know we'll survive and we'll find a way. But here's the best way around the new terms that I've heard, and it makes sense. The videos need to be made a little less family friendly. That's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm thinking, and I'll talk about that. By no
You think
means
so
do not
though?
include any
You think
children.
so?
Yes, that's what it says. And let me elaborate real quick. So, like
Yeah,
Jocelyn
go
said, and
on,
like
please.
I was mentioning, like I was saying, that if
Yeah.
it is about kids, then it
Yeah.
won't be monetized. So what Phantasmic Chronicles is saying, and is what I'm going to piggyback on, is you kind of needed to make it a little more adult and classify yourself as not for kids. And what that'll do is you'll be able to monetize at that point. So we're going to be hitting up coasters and thrill rides, but what about the Disney people? We're what, the Matterhorn bobsleds at Disneyland, or the Incredicoaster, or what different things? Is that what people are going to have to start doing now? Coasters at Disney, because meet and greets are out the window.
Yeah. And then, like
If
I
I'm
said,
walking down,
the food thing is too now too. Well, then if you can't eat on stream, how are these cooking channels going to do what they do then too?
a
You know what?
lot of
There's so
people,
much things coming. There's a lot of things
yeah.
coming that don't sound good.
Listen to this. YouTube needs to fix, or rather clarify this, because even they aren't 100% sure. So they shouldn't even put it out if they weren't 100% sure. With that
I'm
being
looking
said,
at it right now
yes,
that they have up, and it's just a damn video, and that's it. There's nothing else to it but a video.
there's text. There's text to
Is there?
you can find it.
Oh, for me,
Go to your YouTube, then
okay.
go to YouTube Studio Beta. It should pop up in blue at the top, and then click that. It should be able to tell you everything that I'm talking about. In fact, while we're talking, I might be able to pull it up myself so you guys can see what I'm saying.
I was trying to
Yeah,
find it for it too.
it's just it's
'Cause
scary. It's scary in a
I
way.
have the video.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull this up for you guys. What are your thoughts on this, people? Because this is nerve-wracking, to be honest with you.
It is. Like,
It's nerve-wracking for us that we're doing this. Fantasmic Chronicles
well,
said, I sat down and read some of the great language in the new terms, but too much to text in. It's interesting language that will help us. Okay, good, because I do need to dive into it because yeah, we need clarification, because the way they put it was like, here you guys go, we're gonna ease you into this, and that's gonna be it. They
you know
need to
what?
be clear.
I think those of us that are in here right now, I
Yeah.
don't think we're gonna have a problem. I think what we're doing, we're not gonna have
Hmm.
a problem. I think what they should have done, instead of saying, they should add another tab in there that says
Okay.
family friendly channel. I think that's what they
Right.
should have did. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yes, you could be a kids channel. You can gear things towards kids, do it
Hmm.
creepy, you know, or you can
Right.
still do something like we do and say we're a family friendly channel, but not necessarily have things all the time, but we're not going to be where a kid can't watch our stuff.
Right. 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 Jonathan, yes, it does affect everybody. It does, but what I'm specifically saying with this is we do theme parks, or we do other things like, well, Danny and I do. Um,
Yeah.
but say those that are particularly theme parks. So you guys love both of our theme park stuff. We go do those events or go to the parks. What can we show? Or we definitely
Yeah.
can't go into the Looney Tunes area, the kids area. For sure, we can't go through there. So no
Or
rides,
I
no
couldn't
bucket blasters
even go to Stone Mountain. You can't go to Stone Mountain Holiday because there's going to be kids everywhere.
everywhere.
I'm not, and that's
So
not even a theme park. That's just a state park, a national park here in Georgia where they do holiday lights. I can't go
right,
to the botanical gardens because there's going to be kids there.
yeah,
I can't
yeah,
go to the Natural History Museum, or I can't
hmm
go to Washington D.C. and do a video in downtown D.C. in
right,
at the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum because there's kids there.
yeah, yeah. But Phantasmic Chronicles, you should definitely do that live stream. I would definitely love that and would join in on that, 100%.
Yeah, no, honestly, that would be awesome if she did that. I would love to see that.
Okay, look at this on the screen, everybody.
Yeah.
Check this out. This is what I was talking about in the advanced settings tab. This right here. So you go to the advanced
Okay.
setting tab. It says, yes, set this channel. This is for the channel settings.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then I'll also click this right here so we can go over it. It's do you want to set your channel as made for kids? Yes, set this channel as made for kids. I always upload content that's made for kids. Or no, set this channel as not made for kids. I never upload content that's made for kids. By the way, that sounds a little like, I don't know, like harsh the way that's said. I don't know why they had
Yeah.
it like that, but I'm talking about the
But
terms, but that's weird. And then real quick, the last one, I want to review the setting for every video. That's what I want to do because I may have a kid-friendly type video and I'm going to select it as that. Or I'm going to go to Fright Fest and it's not for kids. I want to be able to review my content. That's what I'm saying.
Now, is this a one-time set change type of deal?
I think you can change it. Here we go. Everybody take a look at this. Are you reading this? So, subject matter. When deciding whether or not your channel or video is made for kids, you should consider various factors. Subject matter of the video. So, educational content for preschoolers. That's just an example. Children are your intended or actual audience. So, that's where they're going to get us at the beginning. At point 2, they're talking about theme parks where kids go to. Okay, so whether the video includes child actors or models, whether the video so by the way, so if somebody live streams or does a video of the haunted house of Stranger Things, it has kids in it playing the kids.
Yeah.
They can't do it. Child actors. That's crazy.
Ridiculous. Like it's like a catch-22.
Yeah. Hey AJC, how's it going tonight? Welcome
Hey
and thank you
AJC,
for
what's
joining
going on?
us on the stream. We're just discussing. We're taking a break from the Disney Plus talk and the holiday festivities and talking about something quite important, which is the new terms of service, the new changes that are happening about. So, yeah.
I almost called it something where what it was totally not. I was also like, yeah, the new child labor laws,
It's kind of what it is. That's kind of what they're
I
pinpointing. Like, call it
know.
what it is. Here.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see this? Yeah, you can. Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I was talking about. Sorry, guys. I thought I had it on the stream, on the screen. But here, the subject matter, you guys can see it here. Whether it's for children, whether the video includes child actors, whether the video includes characters, celebrities. So if I go to an Epcot festival and they're performing as music, I can't watch that, or characters Disney or Mickey Mouse, whoever. Toys that appeal to children. So any Disney pop figures are out the question. Animated characters or cartoons, nope.
And well, any
Whether the
pop figures,
language,
because pop figures are considered toys.
you're right.
Any collectibles that I have are all toys.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Really crazy.
Whether the video includes songs, stories, or poems for children.
Mm-hmm.
So realistically, because at Fright Fest during the day they play, the Purple People Eater. That's a child song.
Yeah. Because for Fright Fest, it's for the daytime's for kids for trick or treating.
Yep.
And then it says, how old is a kid? The age of a kid, I love how they did that, is under the age of 13. But depending on where you live, it may be higher in other countries. So, yeah. So all this is about the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, so COPA. So that's all this is. That's affecting different things. So, yeah.
What major incident spiked all this? That's what I want to know.
That's what I'm wondering, for one. Two, what was it, last year, the Logan Paul thing where he went through the suicide forest. A lot of kids watched that, and he showed a dead body. I feel like that started the change of things. And also, I just feel like, those people should lose their channels and we shouldn't be affected by it. But
Not for
this is
nothing.
a
Exactly. It should be judged stuff out, and it's that like there's that kind of stuff should not be on YouTube. Period. I'm sorry.
no, not at
You know,
all. I mean, you
like,
clickbait
all that
content, and you doing
about this,
yeah.
right? And YouTube wants to monitor, police things for the wrong reason. But they won't
But
police
from
things
what I
like
see,
that.
it says that it's showing like the government is, has a part in this too. So they're trying to control YouTube. Probably getting too big. But Fantasmic Chronicles, but I would love for you to do a stream and, we could talk about this to further, engage in this.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm just
But
trying to
but
catch up on chat a bit. Um,
but yet they won't do nothing about people with special needs and stuff online. I can go and film somebody with special needs and put and not have anything happen, and I'll get paid for that.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I can sit here
Mhm.
and bash everybody, with special needs, ever, and it'll be okay because it's adult content. You know,
Seems like being bad wins. The good guy finishes last. But yes, Jonathan,
exactly.
yeah, it's for younger kids. It's always mixed, and yeah, that would be an issue. Um, and then for sure, kids are going to find a way to watch anything. They now have phones at like the age of 2. They're going to watch anything. These kids have iPads, guys. They're going to watch anything. These kids
I
know to
go
hack
into
their
the
leapfrogs.
supermarket. I go into the supermarket and I see a kid sitting in the stroller or in the carriage cart on their parents' phone.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's also to the point where, I'm sorry, like the parents need to stop how to do these things because now you got the parents walking around the supermarket blasting their music out their phone like it's nothing to
Listen,
like.
these kids have a better Angry Birds score than I do at the age of 3. They can
I
dominate
know,
Angry Birds and I can't. But yes,
I
Jocelyn, that's
know.
probably right. The Momo challenge, which was a huge like mishap in the system. Do you know about that, Danny?
The Malbo challenge. Yeah.
Do you know about it? How it really would
I
only
was
affect
expecting to
like
see I was expecting to see a lot of momos at MomoCon, and I was kind of disappointed I didn't.
right. But kids would be watching kids would be watching their shows, and then it would just pop up, that scary doll, and it would scare people. So, yeah. Yeah.
But you got to be
Yeah,
some
absolutely.
special type of person to do that, though. I'm sorry, you got to be some kind of special person
Yeah,
to
yeah,
put a kid
to pinpoint
and do
kids.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a terrible human being, and that's that. What's coming for you is coming for you. But yes, probably some mom or suicidal incident, and that's what I was talking about. The Logan Paul thing early on, I think early
Yep.
last year. He started the year by doing something stupid, wrapping around suicide thing, and that was in January of 2018. He started the year off bad. So
Yeah.
yes,
And then that
and
whole
then yes,
Slenderman thing, the whole Slenderman
yes, yes,
and
yes,
girls
yes,
probably.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. Yeah.
Come on.
Where it was the children, yeah, yeah. The storytelling thing that was streamed on YouTube shows that yes, that's true. So it's just so many different issues. While some of it does end up on YouTube, people should also have some sense of as to what they're watching. That's true, but kids are impressionable, man. Kids want to, even though it says don't
The
watch this,
parents
or
the parents should know what their kid is watching.
man, I understand
I'm
that.
sorry.
I understand that. But that's what they're trying to control. That there is now a whole category. How there's YouTube gaming, that's a whole subcategory. There's a subcategory called YouTube Kids now. So if
Yeah.
we make content outside YouTube Kids, theme park stuff, toy unboxings, whatever. Or again, it's true. If you do a thing with drones and then you overlook a beach and there's a kid in a bathing suit at a beach, but you're just trying to get the
Oh
aerial view of the
wait.
water.
But wouldn't a toy?
It is that too. But that the drone thing in tech, so to speak, has a gray area to it because it's tech. And tech is
Yeah.
mainly actually for adults. But if I do a drone, that might be an interesting topic. So there's a lot of issues here that's coming about. And I just wanted to share that with you all because that affects a lot of us going on. We don't
I
know
have a
how in
feeling.
the end.
I have a feeling we're going to see, maybe not like immediately,
Hmm.
another YouTube pop up.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you. That's the next segue. It has to happen. If YouTube is serious about this and there's not a silver lining at the end of this, it leaves all the room in the world for another YouTube. And guess what? We need another YouTube. We need another YouTube. Excuse me. Let me elaborate a little bit further on that. If you guys are aware of streaming outside of YouTube, so other services such as Twitch dominated the market until recently. I'm sure you guys have heard of a guy named Ninja, probably one of the
Oh
biggest
God,
YouTubers in the world, slash the biggest
biggest
Twitch
jerks in the
streamer.
world.
Well, this guy was bought out for millions of dollars by Mixer, which is Microsoft's company, their streaming service. So he went over there and then they got a huge boost. I like that for one reason: ad competition.
Yeah.
It's just like Disney's a huge conglomerate. Well, the biggest conglomerate in the world actually right now is Amazon. Guess who owns Twitch, the biggest streaming service? Amazon bought it. They're richer than
Yep.
rich. We know that.
Yep.
So what I'm saying with other streaming services is there's Twitch. There's now YouTube Gaming is grown and become a force as a independent streaming service. There's Caffeine TV. There's Mixer, and there might be one more. But
Well, and here's the thing: is only one that monetized with is YouTube.
is
There's
YouTube.
other services out there that you get super chats right away. There,
Yep. Or there's a way
there's
you can link
streaming
your streaming.
services that let you pull in other people like we are right now
Yeah.
and drop on. Like anybody in the chat
Yeah.
can just jump into our stream if they wanted to and then jump out, without us
And
even
not only
inviting
that,
them.
you can the cool thing about that is with those other streaming services, you can have ads. So when people first join in the apps, in the live stream, an ad can pop up for 30 seconds. I get money off of that. I get revenue.
Yeah.
You guys support me. Unless you have ad blocker on, and then the streamer doesn't get any revenue. Or I could sit here right now and say, guys, we'll take a quick break, real quick, and then I can play an ad. There's other platforms right now that can control their revenue. There will be, guys, there will be and needs to be another YouTube. Why? We need competition because if YouTube goes down, some of us won't have an income outside of sponsorships, outside of merchandise sales, outside of things like that.
Yeah.
They won't make money.
YouTube is a necessity in life right now. And
It is. It's massive. It's massive. There's billions and billions of people that watch this more than TV. I know I find myself getting lost. There's different things I'm interested in outside of this that I like to watch.
I'm at work. I'm at work,
Oh,
and
I know.
if I need to find something out, not for watching
Yeah.
at work.
Oh, yeah,
If I
yeah.
need to find something out about something I'm working on, how to turn something off or whatever, hey, how do I do this? You know, it used to be Google, but Google
Yeah,
goes and takes you to YouTube. You know,
it's true. Because YouTube was its own entity, and then Google bought it out. Because I remember seeing you used to scroll over and it would say video. It's at the very end. It wasn't even an important thing. It said video, and then it had like the Google like media player thing, and it wasn't big time. YouTube was its own
and
thing,
now
and
it's
YouTube
all
blew up.
image or video. Yep.
Yes, yes. Um, Good point. Good point. The problem with Twitch and Mixer is they do not host videos. It's all live streaming. That's true. But there is a creative way I
Yes.
thought about around this is um I could premiere you guys a video on YouTube. I can show you guys my screen like I do on here. I can show you guys my screen of a video and then play the video for you, and I can leave that up in my on Twitch on a VOD, video on demand. And you guys can watch my catalog of videos that I want you guys to see. So there is a creative way that you can do YouTube like things on there. Might I add, I can play music on there. I can play movies on Twitch and Mixer, and it won't be flagged. Like, guys, you guys don't know this, but Danny knows this. When we did that live stream, a theme park fix, the Rye Playland one,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
got flagged on that. A copyright strike, not a bad one, but I got a copyright strike of
Audio.
visual, not for audio, for playing the Mariah Carey music video. I got a visual copyright strike. I didn't even know that existed. And plus, I said in the stream, I'm playing this Mariah Carey video from that show's Rye Playland. I actually spoke. I can't put it in there and say, hey, this is, I could have, I guess, typed that in there and said Mariah Carey, whatever music video, Rye Playland, whatever. But that's a lot. I
Who monitors
purposely
this?
turned
And
audio
how, you know?
an algorithm. It's all algorithm based. You can actually appeal that and stuff, but their appeal process sucks in a weird way because you're not going to win them all. But yeah,
And it's a possibility where if you appeal it, the the owner of whatever you used can be like, well, I don't want that up there. Have them take it
correct.
down.
There's a lot of control on other people's stuff. Yeah. Jonathan said, flip side, YouTube stream videos and chat also is a good point to know when people are doing bad, which helps, excuse me, which helps with signs of hatred, racism, suicidal tendencies, and so forth. That's true. That's true. YouTube, other places like how we're talking about with streaming Twitch and stuff like that. The thing that sucks is if you promote that out there like something bad, racist, or suicidal, it takes a while before it's caught. I think YouTube is pretty quick with that, with their terms of service.
Nah, quicker is Facebook. Anybody on Facebook Live doing all that
Yeah,
stuff,
that's true.
and
That's true. That's
Facebook flags it real quick. They send you a message. Hey, Facebook himself will send you a. Are you okay? Here, do you need
yeah.
help? Like, you know,
Yeah. And I do agree with
and
that
there's
because
nothing
they're
on YouTube where a viewer
yeah.
in and be like, I think this person needs help. You know,
No, you can flag it, but then it's going to go under review for a couple of days. You're right. YouTube is quick with it, where people can flag it, and Twitter's like that too. Flag it,
yeah.
and it can be taken down if it's a lot of stuff that says hatred things or racial tweets. It goes down pretty quickly. In that, thank you for bringing up Facebook because Facebook's another. We already know they're a huge monster, but as far as
Yeah.
their streaming service is becoming really big as well. YouTube streaming, Facebook streaming is becoming really
Facebook.
big. So that's another thing. So that's what I'm saying. YouTube needs some competition, guys. It needs some fire lit up because if you stay stagnant, you can't grow. If nobody is putting a
Facebook
fire up
is
under you,
problem with Facebook is you can't really make money off of it.
There's ways. People are doing it.
There's ways, but it's a lot harder. YouTube makes it easy for somebody to put the work in and become monetized.
If we're talking of the
If Facebook
two,
did
yes.
something
If
like
we're
that,
talking about multiple platforms, I would probably say Twitch. Twitch is the best platform right now as far as to get paid. Yeah.
yep,
Yeah. But I quit cable TV, watch news from stations free on. That's true. And then also, there's people
yep.
doing YouTube news shows that are like legit, casted, legit, organized,
Like
set up, all
CNN.
that stuff. Yes. So the plain fact that people are doing that, which that's what I was talking about. I like. So remember what I was saying? If I were doing a Mr. Rogers type of show and I didn't want to do it through a corporation, a company, I could do it through YouTube.
We should do that.
Then that's then I guess that's a problem. But you're right. You can get everything. All those shows, I can watch anything that you can find on TV through either Fire Stick or YouTube. I don't need anything else. I don't. But man, thank you guys so much for being here and
Cody.
the engagement.
Cody,
It's
that's it.
awesome.
Cody.
Yeah, yeah. That's all you need. But so about that, there's just an interesting gray area for us, Danny, and other people in the stream. There's a gray area for
Yeah.
us as far as what we're going to do if this is as serious as it sounds. If it's as serious as it sounds. So are they going to clear this up? Are they going to specify? And also they said if you don't categorize your content right, you will be faced with like government serious issues, legal issues, and your stuff will be taken down. So if I say this Fright Fest video, it's for kids, and then there's a terrible jump scare or a zombie or something, it could get reviewed and flagged, and then boom, no more Miguel the annual pass holder. So that they need to clarify that because theme parks are not just for kids. They're not. They're not. So yeah.
For kids.
That's true. Fantasmic on. Let me look at that really quick while we're chatting. But guys, let us know your thoughts on this. What are you unclear about? We can figure this out together tonight. We can dig into it a little bit more while we're in this little window of topic. Any thoughts that you guys have on this subject? Let's see.
I think this really does need to be dug into a little more.
I agree. I 100% agree that it does.
I mean, a gut feeling is telling me I don't think it's going to be as bad as we think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I look at copyrights and stuff like that. You remember when
Right.
copyrights were like everybody was like, oh my gosh, all my stuff's going to get a strike
Yeah.
and this and honestly,
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean,
it's
yeah,
really not as
that
bad as
hurt
we
a
made
lot of
it to
people
be.
for a while.
Well, when look, I get it. You taking somebody else's work and putting it up constantly, taking, Metallica Enter Sandman and putting it into all your openings or whatever, and you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
the artists don't like that,
But
that's
it was
their
so much deeper than that though. It wasn't copywritten like that during that era. It was like I've had on my other YouTube channel, my gaming one, I had videos flagged. I was able because I was able to monetize at a certain point before YouTube changed all these rules. And stuff was getting flagged because of they didn't like it a certain game because it had a certain topic that offended people in a certain country. It wasn't racist, but it was like sensitive stuff, I guess, that we don't go through over here that they did or they do. I
like
don't know.
like Call of Duty when they were in Afghanistan.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. A lot of people had problems. I know Medal of Honor was another one that people had big issues trying to get up on online also because of the place that the video game took. Yeah, I get it, but it's a video game. But at the same time,
Fantasmic.
YouTubers to video game channels.
Oh, that's true. That's what I'm saying. It's the number one market. It's the number one market.
Look at what it takes to members or whatever on your channel, on your, you know what I'm talking.
You've seen it. You know what that is? The
It
members
takes like
thing.
100 subscribers, like 1,000 to 100,000 subscribers for like really.
Yeah. And Fantasmic, check your DM on Instagram. I responded. But yes, the YouTube member thing, what that is, that's the same thing that Twitch has with their members. So by the way, to subscribe on Twitch is literally a mixture of two things. It is a mixture of YouTube, live streaming, that is, and it is a mixture of Patreon. So the two things together, you got Twitch.
Yep.
And I think that's an interesting, cool thing because you subscribe for minimum $5 a month. You subscribe to the streamer and support them, which is awesome because, guys, for real, funding these adventures and things costs money. So helping out the content creator is an amazing thing. So there's multiple ways to help out. So if the person has merchandise, or if they say they are monetized, watch all the ads. Watch the ads at least and help the streamer or YouTuber out. So that's a good way to support. And also super chats or donations, whatever. But that's a good thing that Twitch has going for them in other services. Yeah. Noah, have a good night. Watch the Imagineering story. Yeah, definitely. And let me know. Let me know what you think of that show.
But as Fantasmic said before, was with Twitch.
Speaking of Fantasmic.
Hi guys.
Hey,
welcome.
What's going on?
As you can see, I've gotten no farther with my studio yet.
Oh, I see that. I love it though.
You know, it's retro post-apocalyptic chic.
I like it. It works.
You need one thing behind you.
What's that? A lamp?
Fallout shelter. No, Fallout shelter sign.
Oh, you know what? I probably the Borderlands. Put a Borderlands back here. Put a Fallout shelter sign back here.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
No, like the old school, like yellow signs, the old Fallout shelter signs.
Oh, for like the nuclear Fallout. Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's all you need is that sign on the wall back there. You'll be fine.
Right.
These terms of service, they've actually simplified it. You know, when you go to these terms of service, and it's like 800 pages long. This here, I mean, it came up as one page. So I took the time and I read it, and I went to the policy, and there's where it got long-winded. But long story short, they are changing the policy of, they're putting a lot more onus on the people subscribing to channels as adults.
Okay.
Basically, if you read the wording in it, you're saying that if I allowed my children, which I do, to watch the channels that I'm subscribed to, I'm taking that onus on myself.
Okay.
That if they see anything that they shouldn't be seeing, it's on me. It's not on YouTube, which in turn, I think is going to reflect back on you guys and other people like us. That, you know what, if we do happen to be in a park and we do a meet and greet, okay, I'm a Disney fan. I'm 45 years old. You know, it should be okay to show that to other people my age.
Right.
You know, you look at people, especially your big live streamers, like Josh and Jenna, like
that's who I had in mind. That's the number one person I had in mind.
You know, they like, especially with Devin. Devin is a huge meet and greet guy. There's nobody that I've ever met that's bigger into meeting the characters than he is. So he does a lot of it.
Right.
Yeah. So what we're looking at here is they're basically saying, we understand you're over 13. In turn, if you're going to allow your 6-year-old child to sit there with you or even use your account to watch this, it's on you now. Because what happened was, I don't know if you guys seen any of the articles or any of the video feeds of what the government basically said about YouTube. What happened is if you watch some of the ads, like if you're watching a Disney thing, sometimes it'll be a toy for a 6-year-old come up.
Yep.
So they got fined millions of dollars. So they're in turn, they're not just covering their butt, they're covering their entire body with this new language.
Correct.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's very simple what it says on there. And if you just go right to their terms of service site, I mean, it literally, you don't have to scroll up and down or anything. It's all right there on one page. But if you go to their privacy policy and click on it, it's a little more in depth.
Right.
So I thought it was neat to read the language on it because YouTube is looking to lose a lot more money than people like me and you are. You know, if they lose people like imagine they lose someone like the trackers.
Yeah, that's
they're creeping up on 800,000.
Yeah.
So the trackers are bringing in, according to Social Blade, 800,000 a year.
Yeah,
it's probably more with all the sponsorships
and merchandise and other stuff.
Yeah. So you think about it. Think of the little bit they make off of it. Think about someone like Josh and Jenna who do a lot of live streaming and all the super chats. That's 30% of every super chat going to YouTube that they're potentially going to lose.
Yeah.
So they don't want to.
And YouTube really probably like, it's Friday night, it's Monday night, you know.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, and
there's a lot of in that stream every Friday, and they're big amount.
And you know,
3,000
and well deserved. You know, Josh, his right arm's got to be twice as big as his left.
It has to be to hold that from like 6 to some nights midnight, 6 hours. That's it's a lot.
So you think about it. If they raise $1,000 in a night, that's $300 to YouTube. And think about everybody across the platform that's live all the time, all these gamers. Here's what I think really needs to happen.
Yeah.
How many times have you finished watching a video and you look down below and it's a 6-year-old with a video posted? Why should a 6-year-old have any videos posted? Now, if my kids happen to come in, you know, if you wish to put your children in it, that's your choice, but it should be your channel.
Right.
It shouldn't be 6-year-old Katie over here with her own channel.
Right. And that's what I was thinking about. I think it's Ryan's Toy Review. That kid's channel has like 20 million subscribers on YouTube.
Is that the guy with the 2 little girls?
No, Ryan is a little boy. But the parents run that channel, but everything's around him and his toy
10
reviews.
or 8 or something like that.
Yeah. And he has 20 and what was it? Last year or 2 years ago, he had the biggest channel on YouTube as far as growth. Obviously, PewDiePie, we know, has the most subs, but as far as like growth and stuff, he had the highest as a little kid. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? But yeah, he's a kid.
Yeah. Now, see, I don't have any problem with a kid doing it if the parent is okay with it. I mean,
correct.
Look at the movies out. I mean, if you're fine putting your child in a movie, then you should be okay letting your child do something on YouTube. And this is where I'm at an age, I'm not going to get political, but it's just a quick statement. I don't know where I vote anymore because I used to be way over here on the left, very liberal, but I'm finding myself more and more right wing because I don't want all these lefties in everything that I'm doing.
Okay.
It should be up to us as capitalists to work with YouTube, who's a capitalist company, to work between ourselves. And it's our responsibility to stay within the guidelines of keeping our channel okay for the people that allow their kids to watch it, because we want them coming back.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a responsibility thing on everybody's end.
I agree. I mean, with that 100%.
Realistically, if you actually go through YouTube's terms and policies and you know, you say like you do your terms here, half of these channels that you come across violate everything YouTube wants. YouTube wants you to be a place. Realistically, is when it comes
Yes,
down
absolutely.
to it.
Yeah, they started to truly
And
shift to that. Yeah,
you get
but a
people
lot of the bigger
like
YouTubers are not.
exactly, and that's that. PewDiePie, he's not family friendly. Things like that. Realistically, no. Like, some of these celebrities out here, they don't keep it family friendly. Like, but it's
No, and they don't.
whatever rappers are, and it's okay because he's famous.
Well, what's the guy that did all the Kit Kat commercials and now he does Doritos? He has that hat that says number 3 on it. Is his name Chance?
Chance the Rapper. Yeah,
That's what he
Yeah.
was. He was a YouTube rapper. Now he's huge.
Yeah, but he's still the cool thing about him, which I was saying, he's independent still. He's not on a major label, and that's
Right.
what YouTube was we are all still independent, and we're trying to, like, people who do shows, like you're saying with Chance the Rapper, like, let me put my stuff on YouTube. I don't need to go through a major label, or let me put my stuff on SoundCloud. I don't need to be signed. I can book my own shows. I can do all that stuff. I don't need the man. So
and that's where we're going. And there's a little bit of that. It's like, why is the price of gas so much? Why is the government stepping in so hard with YouTube? Well, you got major corporations that are billion-dollar companies that are walking through the lobbies of Congress and saying, hey, Joe Schmo over here is making as much as my $1 million rapper here. And I'm spending a lot of money putting his CDs out and putting stuff out on iTunes and everything else. And here's this guy that is probably as talented as him without all the fancy stuff I got to put money into. What can you do to stop this? Because that 1% wants to stay the 1%.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to be in the 1%. I just want a little piece of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
That's all I see is it's definitely the government, which is true, getting in the mix of it and controlling the waves like they did with cable. And that's interesting how they can do that, though.
And realistically, look at
the
YouTube algorithm. Look at what it's promoting. A lot of it's promoting all this videos that you don't want your kids to see. Like the PewDiePie. The PewDiePie came up. You're gonna tell me YouTube doesn't pick and choose who they want, that people coming back to these channels to see, who are they going to fight with next? It's always channels like that are doing that, because YouTube is going to make money off of those people coming back to those videos because there's ads in there. And YouTube's getting a cut on that. They're fighting with somebody, get them up to the top.
It's like reality TV. Like how, if you guys don't know, this past weekend there was a big fight between KSI, which is a big YouTuber, and Logan Paul. Had a boxing match that was sold out, that was bigger than some professional boxers. This was the second fight they had that they got something over $1 million each from this thing.
So to see two guys that are scared of each other flailing in the ring made more money than two guys that have worked their whole life.
Two gamers fighting each other. Yeah. Yeah. So, two video gamers fighting each other. That's great.
But think about this. You're having fights that are organized by YouTubers on YouTube. That you can, might I add, you can select if you want to donate to it or pay for the fight, or you could just easily watch it for free. But they still had the option for you to pay for it, like it's pay-per-view. And people watch this thing. It's sold out, and it was cheaper to put this together than going through other realms to get a boxing match together on HBO.
Yeah, and the money you got to pay to sanctioning committees, the money you got to pay to get in the venue.
Yes.
These guys just jumped in the gym and says, "Hey, Will you punch me? I'll punch you a few times and let's catch a big paycheck.
And best believe those guys are saying, "Hey, I'm gonna win this one, so we can have a third fight. So maybe you can win that next one, which could lead to a fourth fight." Best believe they're coordinating who's winning this, so you can capitalize on more revenue.
It's YouTube
11,000 viewers. 11,000 viewers for that fight.
Thank you. That's crazy. That's crazy. And best believe people are going to watch the playback of it. So that's going to grow.
And that's the beauty of YouTube is like we're here and you've been you're at an hour and 47 minutes.
Yeah.
Now people are going to come in and they're going to watch a bit here. They're going to watch a bit there and you make something off of that eventually. Mm-hmm. And you know, these guys are like, well, what kind of ads can we get in there? What kind of sponsors can we get for it? You know, and every time that sponsor's mentioned, they're writing a paycheck.
So true. Yeah.
And then
anybody want to punch me in the face?
Ed Sheeran was at that fight too.
That's crazy. Like, what do we seriously, some of these YouTubers are big, they're having meet and greets. They're having merchandise in stores. For example, FaZe Clan, which is a big gaming
oh God.
team. Yes, they branched out into other type of entertainment, and they're now affiliated, sponsored with major soccer teams overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Like YouTubers, guys. YouTubers are now affiliated with Manchester United.
Like, but they didn't start off as YouTubers. All they did was start as MLG gaming competitors.
I know, but we can talk a whole nother stream about gaming, how that and esports, how that's blown up. That's a huge other thing. But just solely about YouTube, it's people are rock stars now. People are rock stars. They're bigger than movie. Like that's what The Rock's on YouTube now. The Rock has an active YouTube channel. Will Smith is vlogging like crazy. By the way, his content's actually good. I like his content. He's really fun.
I haven't checked out any of it.
You haven't checked out Will Smith's content?
No.
Oh, please do.
Him
I'm gonna have to. I gotta branch out a little bit.
Yeah.
The Rock, I mean, but they don't vlog themselves. They have a cameraman. They hired camera people. So, and obviously editors and all that stuff. So they have, it's pretty much behind the scenes of their life stuff, but it's really good. So definitely check that out. Everybody's getting into it now. Cam Newton, the football player, quarterback, has an active YouTube channel now where he.
Hopefully, it's not for fashion.
Oh, it's terrible. He does little. It's terrible. He does daily stuff. Like he had a video with Mr. Beast. You guys know Mr. Beast, right?
Yeah, that dude makes a lot of money on YouTube right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That man can put up a video and it instantly has 3 million views in 24 hours.
Less than that in an hour.
Yeah, his stuff is his gains are crazy, but he spends a lot of that money he gets back. Like he spends it a lot on.
He gives it back to the community.
No, he does, and I respect that because, like, say he'll go to a restaurant and he'll sit there and be like, "Oh, can I have a drink of water?" And then they'll be like, "Oh, that's it," and then he'll tip like $100,000. It's pretty impressive. So shout out to him with that.
Buy everybody's dinner in the restaurant, you know.
Yeah, he did. He did Six Flags at St. Louis, and he bought everything on the Midway games. He bought every stuffed animal, everything. But thinking about people like that, to get back on track, he does a lot of stuff that could be kid friendly, and that's going to be a guy that will take a major hit because he does a lot of fun videos that kids run to.
And nothing in his videos is never or violent.
So it's all kid friendly. What about those guys, Dude Perfect, that do the trick shots? Hey, that has a ball in it, like Danny, you were talking about, like shooting basketballs or something that has stuff that kids like. So who's going to be hit in this whole epidemic?
See, that's where I think that you guys, the Disney vloggers, you know, I think that in the beginning, it's going to be
Thank
okay.
you, Jack.
It's springtime. I want to get in the pool. I want to dip my toe in and see how cool it is. And you're going to see as the ones that are a little more adventurous and aren't afraid to rebuild are going to take those big chances, and we're going to see that it's going to be okay. I'm not saying I'm going to run out and grab my camera and go film a bunch of kids at the school and say, hey, check out my vlog. I'm not that dumb.
Right.
Well,
right.
You got to ask my wife that. She's got a different opinion sometimes. But you know, I think if we stick together through all this,
I agree.
And we just continue to do what we're doing. I mean, the three of us sitting here, we can say family friendly all we want, but the second we say a 4-letter bomb, it instantly changes the whole game.
Yeah.
So it may be a matter of walking into a park and ordering a beer.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
You know,
So say like at Epcot, you know, people do the drinking around the world. You won't be able to do that. You won't be able to do that because you are at Disney, family friendly. You are a family friendly channel, but now you're on the verge of being drunk. And there you have it. That's it.
Yeah, that's where's, you know, the government. If you watch the video, and I can't remember the congressman's name, but he says there will be no gray areas. It is black or it is white.
It's gray right now.
Well, I say they're saying it's not up to us to figure it out for you.
Right.
If you are a YouTube personality, it's up to you to learn the rules and follow them.
Right.
Well, if you're not going to explain it very well to YouTube, so YouTube's lawyers can explain it very well to the masses, because ultimately, you know, if you're monetized, you're technically a contracted employee of Google LLC.
You're right, and I never really thought about that. You're right. You're right.
If you went to work for the city where you live in as a contracted worker and they paid you piecework, at the end of the year, you're going to get a 1099, just like you're going to get from YouTube. So YouTube has to take some onus on themselves to not only protect them, but to protect their contracted employees.
Right.
So, and YouTube so far has kind of tiptoed around it all and basically said, okay, here's what the government said. Here's what you have to do. We're just going to be over here covering ourselves.
Right.
But I think that's where that very basic language makes it so much better than a long drawn out form letter saying you, we, and us, and do this, that, and the other. Here it is. You subscribe to YouTube. You put your name out there. You're going to watch YouTube stuff. If your children are under 13 and you choose not to put them on YouTube Kids, it's on you now.
Correct. Yeah. Because there is a whole category for YouTube Kids. Yeah.
Yep. And see, that only came about because of people that were putting out all the, what's his name, Ryan's Toys.
Yeah.
That is the reason why there's YouTube Kids. Because if you go to YouTube's, and here's something else that I heard another YouTuber say, and I can't remember who it was. Check out YouTube Kids.
Yeah.
Type your channel name in.
Okay.
If your name does not come up, then you're in the clear.
Wait.
Because
so your name does not come up in
your channel does not come up in YouTube Kids, then you are creating content that YouTube is saying is not appropriate for YouTube Kids, because those kids are supposed to be watching from the age of 12 years and 364 days. Correct. They are not to have an account.
Correct.
And that's like, I'm guilty. My kids have a YouTube channel that's under my name and it says kids at the end because 2 of my boys do not live with me. They live with their mother.
Yeah.
So when they are at their mom's, if they want to watch like Dev or Resort TV One, and they would like to say hi to them because they are huge fans.
Correct.
They can log into that and they can do it. And then because I do know Dev, and I've gotten to know a lot of the people in the YouTube community. They'll say, be like, "Hey, that's Tony's kids. Hey, how you doing?" You know, because that's what a kid wants more than to watch it. They want to know.
They want to say hello, and then nothing makes people happier than saying hey back. Like, by the way, welcome Carl to the stream, and good morning to where you are. And yes, like Jonathan said, it's night here, so but happy good morning to you. But yes, people like to be responded to, and I love it too. And especially like you're saying, a young fan like looking up to like their hero, so to speak. Like, say if somebody loves Dev, and like a lot of people do, and they're not watching TV like that, they love him for what he does, and they're huge fans. And if they type in the chat, hello,
you got Tim Tracker, you know, Adam the Woo, you know, people like this.
Those guys don't like go live like that.
I'm not saying they go live, but they produce enough content where families literally go to the park and try to
find them. It's a whole thing.
They wear matching T-shirts for Tim Tracker to go there just to get that photo when the kids and everything, the babies and everything, all wearing the same shirt to go meet Tim Tracker.
Yeah, and
an F-bomb or anything else like that, but yet such an influence on whole families.
That's true. And here's the thing, and you know, he tries to keep his life very private, understandably so. And a lot of the YouTubers do, you know, and you take someone, and here's 2 examples. Tim and his wife, and Josh Nelson and his wife. You know, when he moved for his job, he was very quiet about what it was. Now, I don't know that people knew where he was living. Devon's ran into the same problem. You know, roommates and stuff telling people where he lived.
Where people waited outside and found out where he lived, and he had to call police.
Yeah, and that's scary.
Yeah.
But, you know, you almost invite that into your life when you do this. And I'm not saying that it was right that that person did that to Dev, but
I say
you got to be careful with your friends.
I live in Atlanta. That's why I live in Atlanta. Well, you don't know where I like Miguel.
Because there's Atlanta is a huge there's just like how in Orlando there's different areas. Like you could be in Kissimmee, you could be in wherever, like, but you'll just say Orlando as a whole. Just like you'll say Atlanta as a whole, but there's different places that
Man, I wish I said either of those places.
Miguel's trying to meet people people come up to me, they're like, oh, where are you from? Oh, Atlanta area. You know.
Yeah.
I'm from Atlanta, on the I-20 side of Atlanta. That's it.
All right.
You've heard me, Miguel.
What's
how many times in the park? You know.
Yeah, it happens. What's the temperature like there?
It's 18.
18.
And that,
all right, so you're probably like
you're
8 degrees. You're 8 degrees colder than we are right now in Atlanta. Honestly.
Really.
It's
like
cold
23 degrees here.
It's still colder.
Yeah.
8 degrees is a lot. I'm cold.
That is a big difference, but
Jonathan, you're absolutely right.
In Atlanta.
Yeah.
Preston McDevitt and Gigi from Randy and Dave's channel.
Yeah.
I mean, she does good stuff.
Yep.
You know, and she's fun to watch from time to time.
Zip's son.
Oh yeah.
You know,
that's I just realized that's who they were talking about. Yeah. PJ. He's on there a lot with him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Jonathan says YouTubers have to reserve some of their personal info to themselves. I did as a cameraman who regularly was on camera for many comedic beat, but okay. Yeah, that's true. You definitely true. You do need a. There are some people who literally do go live every day. There's some people that don't hide anything. That share every aspect. There's a YouTuber that showed like he had a kidney stone and he went to the hospital and had the camera there, and I'm like, too personal. And also, you're in great
Yeah.
Never would
pain.
do that.
If you're in great pain, turn the camera off. Like you can miss a day.
Well, there are people that don't think that they can take a minute away.
No, not at all. It's life. They need it. It's an extension of your hand. That camera is a
Dude,
part of their lives,
What did I tell
and they need it.
Miguel? What did I tell you? Like 2 weeks ago, dude. My camera's away.
Yeah.
Game. That's it.
Yeah. But people would not do that. They will have that camera set up and say, "Hey, home vlog, I'm doing this, and that. Like, I need content." Like, it is a weird kind of like, yeah. But they have a whole audience that people love to see their home vlogs, to see what the home is like, especially with the baby right now. They want to see that growth.
Yep.
They want to be there for it, even though, as you two know, they had huge, like, unruly, disrespectful backlash when they announced the pregnancy. That was terrible to see. Like, the comments were just horrible with a lot of people that were saying negative things. But with that much success, there's going to be a lot of trolls.
Yep.
I mean, we've all dealt with trolls, and we're not that big. So imagine that, like, seeing these comments, like, as Dev has racial comments.
Oh, as a moderator, you got to see some of the things we see.
I know.
Yeah, they've gotten through because, when YouTube did their app update here a couple months ago, it used to be you could moderate from your phone. The chat was just as quick as it was on a laptop.
Oh, wow.
So at least on my Samsung it was. I don't know about other phones, but now there's a lag. It comes up on my TV, and my TV is 7 seconds behind my phone.
Right.
But my video on my phone is actually faster than my laptop or my TV.
Correct.
Yeah. And then some of the stuff, and we were all moderating from my phone one night, and it's like, and some of the stuff was coming through, and it's like,
was that the one from Epcot?
I'm trying to remember.
There was one more so recently that it was like
the one where they were typing in a certain word, one letter at a time, and
one letter at a time.
None of us knew it. We couldn't see it. Everybody else is seeing it, but there were 6 of us on that night, and all of us had to be on our phones.
Yeah,
just because of obligations, but and it's a shame because he had just went through what he had went through with another video he had to pull down because of some comments. And, I can't say that I personally understand because I've never had to deal with the stuff that he deals with, not on the level he's dealing with it at. But, he actually, and it was a great video, and he pulled the whole thing down. He's like, I'm taking a break for a few days. I've shut off all the comments.
He even got off of Twitter because of negativity.
Oh, yeah. He's not on Twitter anymore. Him and his girlfriend had a combined Instagram account.
I forgot about that.
And she would post stuff. Yep. Yeah. And the thing is it wasn't just the trolls; it was the perverts. The stuff that they were sending.
Not about.
At least that's the way he had told us in the mod chat. Is it was just comments made to her.
Right.
So I could be speaking on about it, that it was the wrong, I mistook it. But people don't, when we live in this world, people forget that we're real people on the other side of the camera. We're not just people. We're not here to only entertain you. We have lives and we have feelings.
Right.
And it was rough to watch him go through that because, the few years I've been watching him, he's one of the nicest people.
Yeah.
He's done some really nice things for me over the last couple of years, and I try and pay back the favor by doing the best I can.
Yeah.
And the people he has as moderators.
Yeah.
But when stuff like that is getting through, I can understand the frustration.
Yeah, it's a lot, and especially these shows or live streams, we're giving you great content for one. Two, it's through our lives. Like, and you guys are coming along with us. So it's a lot of exposure, like into our house, our lives, or wherever. And we're opening up about like relationships or kids or married, girlfriends, whatever. And we're sharing it with you, hoping you're going to share back or share your story or be happy. But there are people that are negative. And yeah, Jonathan,
Well, Miguel,
there will always be haters and stuff. There's nothing you can do about it, but we got to try and change and, make things better and stuff. But it can't, you're right.
Miguel,
it is bad when it tears a person down.
I have to say, your channel and my channel are not geared.
Oh, wow.
I just went on a YouTube Kid. I mean, I do get the other things popping up, but except for my stuff, yours, you get the cat parachuting from the sky and says, so "Try something else."
Okay.
So,
well,
we're safe.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there's a difference between like kid friendly and then like what we're doing, which is family friendly. I think that's that's a difference, because definitely Tim Tracker, you have people sitting there at a certain time and they're going to watch as a family. Or if you guys know about Michael K, people watch as a family.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like big time. So,
and see, I personally think those families, the kids in those families that know about us or Tim Tracker or you, are being introduced by the parents, and they're being done the right way.
Correct.
So it's not the kid coming across it.
Yeah. No, I highly doubt it's usually a kid coming to the parents saying, "Hey, mom, dad, let's watch this." Because the parent's not always going to watch, not always, what the kid wants to watch. But if it's a family affair,
I'll watch it later. Go away. Go do something.
At times, yes. But if it's a family affair and the mom and dad, so to speak, are into it, they're going to watch it as a family. Oh, the new so-and-so video's out. Let's watch it. The kids are going to be up by the TV, jumping around, happy. The parents are going to be on the couch watching.
What you watching? Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. It's going to be a family affair. So that's a good thing. But yes, thank you for clearing that up.
I literally had to make an account for a kid to go into that to see.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
I had to go in. Like, I didn't go in under my YouTube name. I went in under my personal email.
Right.
And her own YouTube channel.
That's funny, and that makes me think too. I like people changing the ages of things, because you can be 10 and you can easily be 13 virtually. So
how many years though?
Oh, it's been going on for decades. So
hello, AOL chat rooms.
I know.
Hi.
I know.
IRC.
Yeah.
I go back to those days, and it's like
been going on for decades of people changing their age, saying, "Hey, I'm the bare minimum of what you need me to be on this easily," and there's no questioning by any means.
Or you got kids who claim they're older just so they can have a Facebook account
or MySpace. Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking like Facebook. You would have to be what, 13 to have a Facebook account?
13. I think 13. Yeah.
Yes.
8-year-olds running around with Facebook accounts saying that they're 13.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think as long as YouTube covers themselves, then I think that's all they can do. You can't control what you can't control. As far as
Well,
if a kid's lying, you don't know it. Right?
Exactly.
well, and going on what you're saying right there,
Mhm.
and this is kind of what the congressman was saying.
Right. And hey, Pirate Princess Red, welcome to the stream.
Is, you know what? They're saying that we're responsible for that.
Correct.
For what because there are children that are getting on there and saying that they're 13 or older to get it, but we have to be responsible to make sure that we check the right box.
Was this congressman for the change or against it?
He was part of he was the one that was handpicked, so he must have got the most lobbyist money to stand up in front of everybody and say, this is what we're going to do to keep our children safe. Either that or he was running for re-election. It was one or the other, because if this was 2 years down the road and we're past the presidential election and midterms and everything, we wouldn't hear a thing about this.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
No matter who wins the White House.
I didn't think about it. Yeah.
Midterm elections, this stuff happens all the time.
Right.
This is just the new gas price.
So if they're saying that we should control what our kids watch, like we should have more say as far as discipline, then why the change? Why the change where it's a bigger grand scheme? Shouldn't it have always been we control what our kids see or what needs to be seen?
That's what it should have been a long time ago. And that's like the FCC. It's okay to be on. Let's just take the NBC Universal umbrella.
Right.
You've got NBC and you've got USA.
Right.
If you've got a show on USA, they can use different language than what they can use on NBC.
Oh,
because the FCC looks at both differently. NBC is the old school antenna channel, NBC, ABC, CBS. Those are what's considered, they're not free to us, but you can catch those on an antenna and watch them for free.
Absolutely.
So they are more strict with that. But you can go on USA and they can say a lot more words that you can't say on NBC.
Right.
And then you go to some place like HBO, which is pretty much free reign outside.
All day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's interesting to me too, what you're mentioning, is because Fox, owned by Disney now, right?
Yeah.
FX, after 10 o'clock, on TV, they can say the F word.
Yes. And legally, any of those channels, according to the FCC, can, because they have what's called free harbor.
Right.
Or safe harbor, I'm sorry. Because radio stations have that. You've got where I grow up, or where I live, there's not a lot of radio stations, period. And so I grew up listening to a lot of sports AM. And you get these ones that are called overnighters that are like 50,000 watt blowtorches.
Right.
And they put their more sketchy shows on at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock because they have what the FCC calls safe harbor language.
Right.
They can use more freedom with what they say.
Yeah.
So,
Miguel, a good example of that is you listen to 95.5.
Yeah.
You hear it like as I'm driving home from work, it gets raunchier and raunchier for a talk radio station.
It gradually does. It absolutely does. So mentioning how all this is trying to be owned by a bigger company or the government, whatever, including YouTube. So after 10 o'clock, why can't people say, even though we're family friendly, I'm just saying in general for other YouTubers, why can't they say certain things? Because you remember during the whole thing with people being demonetized, a lot of people were being demonetized by saying a lot of cuss words. They had to limit which ones they said based off of the guidelines. So, for example, the F word, they couldn't say it anymore because they didn't want to get demonetized. Because again, like we talked about, YouTube is trying to be full family friendly, and I get it, but if they post a video or if a live stream, whatever, after 10 o'clock, are they still going to be, or should they rather be demonetized based off of that? Because it's after 10.
It could be after 10 your time, but it could be 10 o'clock here.
I know, but the
Not
playback and the video, yeah.
But you say that. I'll give you a good example. Out of Cleveland, Ohio, is one of those 50,000 watt blowtorch stations.
Right.
They reach at night 38 states and half of Canada.
Yeah.
So they're not all in that 10 o'clock time zone, but yet they're safe on it because they're in my time zone.
That is very true. The Simpsons, yeah, it is crazy. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
So you got to think I used to live in the same time zone, just further east in New Jersey. I could hear that just as plain as I was listening to my local radio station at night.
Right.
But if 38 states, that's 3 different time zones they're covering. You know, that can be heard anywhere, but it's
growing up in New York,
they're in the Eastern time zone.
That's like me growing up in New York. Used to, at a certain point, I was there on one of the FM radios, popular radio station too, that everybody listened to.
92.3.
Well, that, but I'm talking more like Z100. 100.3.
Z100.
All of a sudden, it turned into Love Connection.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that show. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like
I was syndicated across the U.S.
10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Like, there's, a kid could be coming home from a basketball game or something. Here, you're talking about all these stuff, like.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, you used to live in New York. Howard Stern was on morning radio for years. And stuff he said. Now he was always walking that tightrope. But
always.
Always.
He should be broke. But the FCC knew that he was so big that you can't break him. And that's where it comes down to, if they couldn't touch him, how are they getting to YouTube? Google is, what is it? It's behind Microsoft and Amazon right now, as far as one of the biggest companies in the US.
Correct.
If
we stick together, we'll be all right. If we stay strong with YouTube, we're making money for them. Like you mentioned with Resort TV 1, like Fridays means, it's payday. Yeah, it's payday. Because they're getting that cut. So if we all just stick strong and do what's right, I think that we can change and shift some things that they're throwing at us, and we can alter the future. We just got to, stick together.
Yeah, I kind of, it was interesting because I was getting ready to head to bed and I seen you were still alive, so I popped on, and a lot of people,
by the way.
Well, a lot of people, it kind of just disappeared for a little while, and then a couple of days ago you had the release of the new terms and everything, and and I was sitting there and nothing better to do, so I figured I'd read those.
Right.
Because as mine. I'm not in a hurry to grow my channel.
Right.
But, I like to pop in places, and I love to be involved with the channels I'm involved with.
Right.
I want to know if I'm going to jump on with somebody, or like we did tonight, I want to know that what I'm doing is right for that channel.
Correct.
I don't want to come in there and say something or do something that ruins your channel.
Right.
I want it to survive after I'm gone.
Or vice versa for one stream and have it hurt you.
That's true. That's true. I didn't even look at it that way.
You're involved in this stream, you consented to things that were going on, obviously, and it could come back and bite you too,
Right.
That's true.
To know what you're getting involved in also,
That's facts. That's true. Yeah. Have you guys heard about the whole, with the terms of service, the whole spamming thing?
No.
The spamming of advertising?
No, spamming of, like, say you all
Comments?
in the chat, people in the chat, comments and tags. Comments and tags in your videos. I'll talk on the comments one really quick. So there have already been reports of people losing their channel, not the streamer. So not like me hosting this streaming, but like people in the chat streaming emojis. So emojis. So if you give me 5 thumbs up in a row and you keep doing that, there have been reports of people losing their channel, like their whole account, because of that. YouTube's doing that. Yeah.
So, to keep the spamming down inside of other people's channels.
Correct. So it's okay if you put it in a sentence, so to speak. So if you put I heart then 2 Real Geeks, I love 2 Real Geeks, but that's a complete sentence. But if you put like 2 Real Geeks, heart, but you're trying to say the same thing, that's spam. And you will possibly lose your.
That. I know why they're doing that. Look at all the live streams. Look at all the grow streams we have going on now. All these grow streams.
Yep.
If I go on there and say Passholder, heart, thumbs up, that could be, hey, I subscribe to you, I got you, and all that, and it's me back, and all that nonsense. So I get that.
And it also stops easy comments. So if you have a lot of comments, YouTube will recommend your videos. So if somebody just comes into your channel, your live stream, or your comment section and is just putting hearts, that could be bots, and they're doing that, and or that could be somebody doing
what I think what Pirate Princess Red did is okay. She didn't put the same emoji multiple times.
Correct. And I think that is that loophole.
As long as it's not the same one, you're fine.
Yes. Yeah. But yes, what Pirate Princess said, it's ridiculous of people losing their channels like completely. So there was a misconception that people thought that the streamer, the YouTuber, was going to lose it. So people were already saying, hey, stop putting that out there. But no, it's the person that's doing it.
I'm not going to lie. That I used to follow, I went into there.
Yeah.
And he used to, one day he did this grow train thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's supposed you put somebody, he's like, and I seen this and I left real quick because I wanted nothing to do with this because I knew he was going to get himself in trouble. And I kept an eye on his channel to see what was going on. And but basically it was, you put somebody's name, you put a monkey, and you say you're on their train. I was like, whoa.
Wow.
We ain't here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he got YouTube basically said to him, buddy, you're not right now. I don't know what, we don't know what you're doing. This is not what you do. You don't put a monkey.
So people can
and so there was the same emoji for multiple people in the line. You know?
Yeah.
Now I don't know how this works for a lot of people's channels. I mean, I mod for Dev and I mod for Jeff Bates.
Yeah.
So and I notice in those chats, when you get those emojis going, it usually hides it at first. If you get a big string of them or if you get a big chunk of them, it usually hides them at first because YouTube is now you can do your settings in your live chat to automatically hide those for review by your moderators.
Right.
But if you get a huge string of them, it'll come up and ask me if I want to show it or hide it. And I watch the person doing it, and other moderators in both those channels. That's something that we watch for a lot, is people doing that, just because, for one, people want to see their comments read.
Right. If you keep spamming it, that's going to get in the way, and that other comment will be lost in the midst of it.
And the thing that makes me mad is if someone donates $5 in a super chat, now it pops up and it's there, and it's there for just a matter of a minute or two.
Yeah.
And if you get the chat really flying, and you got people just hammering it with emojis, because you can punch in emojis as quick as you can.
Right.
It's a lot faster. And and then it gets by, and then that person who, every channel that I know does a really good job of it, of recognizing every single super chat.
Yeah.
And you get that one time that someone is constantly super chatting you for your live streams or for whatever you're doing, and you miss them that one time, there goes part of your revenue stream.
Yeah, you're right.